know that I'm a movie critic. So when I wanted to start a podcast, of course I'm going to pick something that's related to movies. Screen is actually a show I host when I was at the radio station at my university, Voice of NCCU. And during my exchange year in the US, I learned how to create a podcast. So when I came back, I started producing it. It has been 7 years since I started my podcast. And today I will show you a clip of that. That's the project objective. Screen is a bilingual weekly podcast. I launch my Mandarin version on Thursday and English version on Saturday. I try to be on time if I'm available, but I sometimes delay. And there are 2 sessions in my show. The first session, I will talk about 2 new movies that are going to be released that week. And the second session is my favorite. When I say favorite, because there were 3 sessions, but because I'm too busy, I reduced it to 2 sessions only. The second session is called Top 007. It's a special chart I make based on Taiwanese box office and the box office in the US. So in this clip I picked for today, you get to hear the flash I made for the chart. You will know what I mean later. Usually I host on my own. It's easier that way. And the show, each episode is about 15 minutes. But sometimes I invite my friends to be on my show to talk about specific movies or TV series. And this clip I picked, I invited Annie, a fellow Toastmasters from Alpha Toastmasters Club. But this one is not about a specific movie. It's a regular show. So I picked the clip from, it's an episode in May this year. So you will hear us talking about The Black Demon. It's a B movie. Why I picked that? Because I usually recommend movies to people, but since I invited a guest, I thought that, maybe I can criticize this movie. And also, you will hear us discussing the Super Mario Bros. Movie a little bit. Due to time constraint, I could only play 10 minutes. It's not from the beginning of the show, so there wouldn't be any introduction, but I will be the person who started talking. That would be me and Annie talking. So that will be 10 minutes. And but can we play it now? Because I couldn't. Because it's only sound, it's podcast, so it's okay. Yes.
And before we move on to Top 007 and talk about some trending movies in Taiwan recently, let's review what we had from last week first. Now last week was interesting because all the movies on the chart were crammed into top 3. So we can review what we had. We had the 2 top 3s, Are You There God, It's Me, Margaret, and Red Line.
And the top 2 would be Dungeons and Dragons, and Evil Dead Rise, also Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3, and John Wick Chapter 4. So we actually have 4 top 2.
Yeah, that's crazy. And top 1, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Let's see if the ranking is different this week. From top 7 to top 4. Top 6, Red Line.
我们都有的是，来不及。
Top 5, Love Again.
I must forget that more than someone.
It's super sad.
I recognize.
Top 4, Are You There God, It's Me, Margaret.
I'm here to speak to you today about your changing body.
The Black Demon.
What's going on here?
All 4 movies from top 7 to top 4 this week I haven't talked about. And since we have Annie with us today, I'd like to make some changes. Since usually I don't criticize movies, I usually recommend movies for people to watch. But I really want to talk about The Black Demon. Are you interested in this kind of movie, Annie?
No, I'm not a fan of this type of movie. Personally, just don't watch them because they're all over Hollywood channel.
Yeah, when I saw this movie, I was like, oh, I think this is that kind of movie that we will see on Hollywood Channel. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad, it's just disastrous B movie. But apparently, people love it here in Taiwan.
Yeah, I don't know why this. Whenever I turn like the TV to like the Hollywood movie channel, is always this type of disaster movies, like all the same sharks, always sharks, or something that's like sharks but monster.
Yeah, indeed. But I think most of these movies are fake. But the Black Demon is actually based on, I wouldn't say legend, but I think legend is something good. It's a folk monster in Mexico. So would you like to know more about this monster if it's actually based on a folklore?
I mean, I would want to know what this shark is like in the folklore, but I don't like folklore being turned into like a monster and then it would destroy like something or like create disasters. That's two different things.
Same here. I think it would be interesting to know about the story and how it started, why people in Mexico believe in it. But I don't want to see how it destroyed something.
Yeah, it's like it's already demonized, and then you are demonizing it again. Like, maybe it's not,
And connecting it with modern society.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically this shark, this black demon, is similar to the shark, to the jaw, can we see that? But it's actually bigger and has sharper teeth. Well, it really sounds scary. And people in Mexico think that it might be a kind of shark that went extincted 2,600,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the news that somebody said they witnessed the Loch Ness monster the other day?
Yeah, I think I saw that. For me, I do believe that there are creatures out there that we don't know. And maybe from like millions of years ago, they're still around. But, and sometimes with these type of stories, I just, interesting to know, but not exactly looking forward to having it in a movie.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because I also believe there are creatures out there like Bigfoot or Loch Ness monster. But if it's just a movie or a picture, I don't think I would want to know more about it. But anyway, this kind of shark can be 20 meters long. So I guess that's their height in this movie.
Yeah.
And what surprised me the most is that it's actually starred by Josh Lucas. The most famous movie he's played in recently was Ford versus Ferrari, and I liked it very much. Although he wasn't one of the main characters, he was pretty good in it. And even though some of his other movies weren't that good, it's still surprised to see him taking this movie, The Black Demon, because it's apparently the movie.
I can feel like you're just nodding to the idea that he stars in this movie.
Yeah, but anyway, Taiwanese people love it. I think it will get pretty good box office. But if you're looking for good movies this weekend, don't go watch it.
I mean, actually, we can talk about this, dig deeper into the reason behind why these movies are so popular here. It's just very interesting phenomenon to me. Like, I really do want to know why.
Do you have a theory?
I feel like disaster is a very huge topic here because maybe people are just too stressed all the time. Like in Asian society, seriously, like if you look at all the movies that are popular in Korea and Japan recently, you can actually see that it's all about disasters, it's all about zombies, it's all about apocalypse. So people apparently love this type of topic because for them, it's maybe like relief. Like a very sick way to do so, but like a relief, sort of.
I agree with you, and I think it would be positive to think that at least in Asia, our disasters are in the movies. And that is real work.
Yeah, and I think Asian tends to be more pessimistic. That's the reason why it's acceptable for us to watch all these disaster and apocalypse type of movie. Well, I believe in the West, this may not be as popular.
So if you have a theory or you know exactly the reason why people in Taiwan love these kind of disastrous movie a lot, you can tell us your answer.
Yeah.
But now, let's move on to top 3 to top 1. Top 3, home for rent.
กวินเห็นว่าจะให้คุณต้องพาคุณช่างมาดูบ้านไหม
Top 2, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I got this. No problem. Shut up.
Top 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I'm done running.
Originally, I wanted to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but Annie doesn't like Marvel movies. Unlike me, I'm a Marvel fan. So we're going to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Are you a big Super Mario fan?
I play video games like Super Mario, usually the racing car race. I don't know exactly the name.
Super Mario Kart.
Yeah, Super Mario Kart game on Switch and all the console games I love that, but not exactly. I would not say I'm a fan of Super Mario. Yeah.
So if you like Super Mario Kart, I think you will love this movie because according to our mutual friend David, he said it's not a movie, and that's the reason why it got criticized a lot within movie critics. But it's an experience, and from what I researched, they basically moved everything from Super Mario Kart into the movie. They recreated the track and some special effects in the game.
Oh, okay.
When I watched the trailer, I found it very interesting about the Rainbow Road. Do you have that level?
Not a fan, but I do think it's pretty cool.
Because when I play Super Mario Kart, I usually play in the safe mode that my car would never go out of the track.
Yes.
So, you do? So I love Rainbow Road. Because if I won't go out of it, then there's no reason to be afraid of it. But it's like people say it's a boss level because it's super difficult.
Yeah, it's like the difficulty level is not about like safe mode or not. And to be honest, instead of using console to play a controller, I actually prefer the one that we have at the arcades, where you have the entire, the driving, you have the handle and everything. Oh my god, it's a totally different experience.
It feels like it's immersive experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to brake, and everything. So it's so like you're driving instead of just using your controller for that.
I've never tried that. Do we have that in Taiwan?
Yeah, we have that. We have that in the arcade, like Tom's World.
Oh,
We have
okay. Uh-huh.
Due to time constraint, I can only play 10 minutes. This episode is 34 minutes long. This episode specifically was recorded via Skype, so the quality is a little bit worse than my usual episode. But if you're interested in other episodes of or you happen to have something you want to watch this week, you can go look for Screen. Back to poll.